when it comes to addiction, you have to surrender to that fact in order for something new to happen. But if you keep saying no, this is just temporary, like I can handle this, I can overcome this, it's not gonna happen. You have to surrender to that matter, and then God's gonna help you. So that's what I did.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Unleash Your Power. This is your host, Jeffrey Pinzon, and we're back at it with another episode. And today we have the great pleasure of having, actually, he's my personal trainer right now, Willie Svenblad.
You pronounce it Svenblad.
Svenblad.
Yeah, you definitely don't hear that in
Where's
California.
that last name from, Will?
That last name derives from Sweden. My father is Swedish and Puerto Rican and Salvadorian, so I have a little international heritage in me. So, my last name is Swedish, and so that's why people are like, "Oh, where's that from?" So,
awesome. Well, I'm excited to have you on our podcast today to hear a little bit about your upbringing and everything that you're doing right now in the fitness place. Because right now you've been killing it. Actually, I've been working out with you for how long already? 2 months?
It's been almost 3 months, yeah. 2.5 months.
Yeah, 2 months. So I've been getting a lot of good results working out correctly. So for the audience, so people that don't know you yet, can you tell us a little bit about your upbringing, who you are?
Yeah, definitely. My name is Willie Svenblad. I grew up in Los Angeles, California, downtown LA, South Central LA, and right now I reside in Southeast LA. So I'm very familiar with LA. I also have family in the East Coast. I have family overseas as well. But yeah, most of my childhood, I was in the Southeast LA area, Huntington Park area. So
what was that like in your upbringing?
I would say it was hard. You know, I grew up with a single mother, so it was hard for me to have certain things that kids had that most of the kids had, and I just couldn't obtain them because of financial reasons. But luckily, I had a great mother. She was strong-willed. She was a God-fearing woman. So that helped me kind of stay in the right path. There was times when I kind of deviated, did some bad things, but family prayers and my mother's prayers kept me aligned. So,
got it. What are some things that stood out for you as a youth that you learned? What are some lessons that you encounter in the process?
I think coming from a family that was, Christian, kind of helped me a lot, because there was certain things that I would do after school that I would do at my church, and that kind of kept me in the right path.
Like what?
I was in the church band. I played the bass, and my brother taught me how to play the drums,
nice,
the guitar a little bit. But mainly, what helped me a lot growing up, when I was like 11 or 12 years old, I learned how to play the bass at my church. So that kept me focused in music, and it just kept me in a way where I wasn't doing anything that was going to harm me, as far as being out in the streets doing something like that. So I was well balanced growing up.
What was it about music that
I think we're just musically inclined. You know, my sister's she was in the choir. She was a singer.
Got it.
My brother played the drums, and when I realized how easy playing the bass was, I just picked it up, and I joined the group, and they liked the way I was playing the bass guitar.
Are you the youngest from your family?
From my family, I'm the youngest. I have an older brother, older sister, but you know how it goes. You save the best for last, so that's all the baby. So.
Yeah, I'm almost the last one. I come from six of us. I'm el penúltimo, but yeah, I have a younger brother, Michael. Shout out to Michael. Wait, so interesting. So how was that living with your brother and your sister being in the choir? Your sister being in the choir, you being part of the band. Like, how was that like?
I had great examples of what to become. It taught me discipline. My sister was very, she was just focused. She gave me a good direction as far as what to do. She was the first one to graduate from university, so that pushed me to want to become the second person. My brother was just a very humble person, kept to himself, but he was very musically inclined. So I saw that, and I wanted to be part of that. So that's why I learned how to play the bass, and I wanted to be in something with them in my childhood. So that helped me stay focused and away from trouble. So
That's awesome. That's awesome.
yeah.
So what high school did you go to?
I went to Huntington Park.
Oh, no way.
And
Cool.
we went to it was a track school. So I was B track. For those
ABC track, yeah.
Yeah, for those of you who were privileged to go to a year-round school,
Yeah.
I had to be in school during the summer.
Yeah.
So I was 2 months in, 2 months out, 3
Yeah.
months in, 2 months out, and that's basically how it was year-round. So it was tough, but when I think back about my schooling, it was a blessing, but it was a curse because I had to push myself even harder in college and university, but it made me the person I am today.
So you graduated, you went to college. What did you major in something?
When I first graduated from high school, my first thing was just to find a job and make some money. So I did some security work for a while, and then I started doing music right away. One of my buddies and we started a reggaeton group.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so we were together for a good 2 years and a half.
What was your name?
The group's name was Revolucion.
Revolucion.
And I was the rapper. He was the singer, the harmonizer. So we worked well together. So
He might bless us right now with a couple bars. So
I might have to hit you with a couple of
tune
bars
in right now.
So I'll give you a quick glimpse. So what I did is I would kind of rap like this. Check it out. So it was something like, ponte quieto que no juego, respeta mi lírica, como la canción que canto se llama La Puchica. Cuando llegues a tu casa, respeta mi música, porque yo no juego juegos, yo saco la rifla. So it was just that.
The little flow.
It was that flow, that twister, but in Spanish, the Spanish
yeah.
version. So I used to love rapping fast. So
Why in Spanish?
Because reggaeton
You fell in love
started
with it?
coming out, and it's just my roots. You know,
Nice.
I want to represent something that was taught to me. So I learned how to rap in Spanish, and then I did some English as well. So right after high school, I got a job for a year and a half doing security in downtown LA. And then when I was about like 19, 20, boom, I got into music. So I did that for about 2.5 years, 3 years. And it went well, but like I said, we were young, so there was a lot of discussions and there was a lot of...
What did you learn about yourself at that moment? Like, being part of a band, a group, and in the music space.
I was feeling myself. I felt like I was a man, and because I thought I was a man and I was meeting people and then performing on stage, it kind of brings your ego up.
Right.
So my group partner at the time, he ended up getting a girl pregnant. So that's when the problem started happening. Like his priorities changed for him. So we ended up splitting like maybe 2.5 years in to being a group. But it taught me how to format things as far as writing, how to structure music, the chorus, the hook, all that stuff. So
guide us through how would you write a song? Like what are the main things that you're looking for?
I think
you listen to the beat first, or you look for the lyrics first, or how does that process look like?
It depends. Sometimes you hear an instrumental and you hear the beat. You first do the hook. The hook comes to you,
okay,
and then from the hook you lay down the content. The verse comes after that.
Okay.
So my thing is sometimes the beat gives you the hook gives you the verses. Sometimes you just come up with a hook and then you end up making your own beat to fit your hook. So it just depends on your mood, the type of beat, things like that. So,
do you remember the first song that you wrote?
Oh man, the first song I ever wrote. The first song I ever wrote was a church song, and it was Christian lyrics.
Ooh, love it.
I think I kind of remember it.
How old were you when you?
I was when I first wrote it. I think I was like 18,
okay.
18, 19.
Right out of high school.
Yeah, I wrote it down. Let me see how it goes. I don't know. I was young, but it went like this. It went something like this. Thinking the West is finished now, we just beginning. We took a little break, now we back and winning. Fake phony rappers, they keep on pretending because I know they're really loving these words that I'm spitting. So it was just something like that. It sounded like a 90s flow mixed with like 20 style. So yeah, so it just, I've always been musically inclined. I like to write. Obviously, dancing's in my blood. Because my sister, she's a great dancer.
Nice.
So all of those things I just picked up from my sister, you know, because she's very talented when it comes to music.
Yeah.
And dancing. So
that's awesome, man. From my side, my brother, one of my older brothers, Ricky, he raps reggaeton. He has a lot of songs, and he's a dancer, phenomenal dancer. Like I remember when I used to go to clubbing with him, all ages. I don't know if you ever went to the arena. The arena in downtown LA. It was a nightclub, all ages, and this guy knew how to dance phenomenal. And then he got into rapping. So I will see when he will put the songs together, the hook, the lyrics. He started making his own beats. So something awesome, man, because it really sparks up your creativity and really putting stuff together. And
and it's that feeling of saying, hey, if you can do that, if someone close that I look up to can do that, so can I. And then you just try it, and then you learn to love it, and then you start getting better. So it's just that thought. Everything in life comes from your thoughts. So thoughts become things. Kai Green says that. I don't know if you know who that is. He's a great bodybuilder, and he says thoughts become things. So if you could think it, you can do it. So
absolutely. So from right there, the groups spread out, right? Because your buddy got his girl pregnant. What did you do after that? Like
after that, I kind of hit
into the music on your own.
I hit a stage where I was depressed. I was depressed because, like, what am I gonna do now?
Were you doubting
I felt
yourself?
lost. Yes, I was doubting myself because I was like, man, I can't do this by myself. Like, I need I need someone to kind of, like, you know, help me out and keep me motivated. So when that happened, I ended up just partying more, kind of distracting myself, like numbing the feeling. So I worked a lot. I was working for a food distribution company, and I was the main head as far as being the forklift driver. So I did that, and so I was just working, and I really didn't have guidance. I was just working and just partying in the weekends. So I told myself, you know what? I'm gonna just go back to school. So I ended up going to Cerritos College to get my AA. So, but I was there for a while, like maybe 3 to 4 years. And then after that, I said, you know what? I want my bachelor's. So I went to Cal State LA, and I got my bachelor's in communication studies. Mm-hmm. And so I felt fulfilled, but with that degree, I didn't know what to use it for. Was it for marketing purposes? Should I get into public relations? Mm-hmm. So I was kind of lost after I got my degree. And so I ended up working for a fashion company similar to Fashion Nova.
Okay.
And I would delegate to other people pulling orders, other receivers. It was a great job. Did that for 2 years. And then I started training a lot as far as bodybuilding, and just kind of like focused on changing my body. So while I was with Fashion Nova, the company called Want My Look, I was with them. I started training a lot to the point where people started coming up to me like, hey, I see you doing this exercise. What's that for? So I became very good at explaining certain exercises, how to do them. And next thing you know, I started getting clients at like different gyms. And so that's how I started started the transition from being a supervisor for a fashion company to fitness.
What was it about fitness that got you going?
What got me going is, obviously, I was abusing alcohol. I was, smoking, being out late, and I got tired of that life. And I said, you know what? I need to find a new hobby, something that's more an addiction that's healthy. So rapidly, my body said, hey, fitness is doing you good, and I just went full on.
Was there a pivotal moment in your life that you're like, man, this alcohol, this is not helping, like something that stood out for you? You're like, shit, I got to change my life. Like, I can't continue living like this.
I got a DUI when I was 19.
Wow.
I didn't learn my lesson. Then I got another one when I was 22, and
So
that
19 and 22.
And then when I got those, that really made me tell myself, hey, is this life really for you? You know, because my father passed away because of alcoholism. So I kind of felt like I was going into his pattern. So I had to make a stop. I had to make a change. So that's what I did. And
did you stop cold turkey, or did you get help? Or what was that?
I stopped cold turkey for like 2 months. 2 months turned into 4 months.
Got it.
And so I told myself I didn't drink like for a year. And then again I was drinking off and on. Then when I was about 27, 26, I just said, you know what, I'm gonna stop completely. So and I just made that decision. I didn't tell myself, you know what, maybe I'm gonna stop for a month. I was like, no, I'm gonna just stop. And I did that. So when it comes to addiction, you have to surrender to that fact in order for something new to happen. But if you keep saying, no, this is just temporary, like I can handle this, I can overcome this, it's not gonna happen. You have to surrender to that matter, and then God's gonna help you. So that's what I did.
Beautiful. And then you turn that negative vibe into something positive through fitness, right?
I turned that self pleasure into being of service to people, and because of that, it's brought me to this point in my life where I'm able to give people hope as far as changing their body, you know, training for intention, not just for recreational purposes, but to, you know, I give them a plan to follow and actually see the change 3 months down the line, 6 months down the line. So
yeah, that's huge, man, because I know that you've been helping me out. I've learned how to actually work out every muscle correctly. Yeah. Sometimes we're at the gym and we're doing the workouts and we're not really doing the correct workouts, and that's I think that's where a personal trainer comes into play. It's in anything, right? In your business, you gotta have the right coaching that could see the blind spots that we have, so like that we can move faster. And I think that's something that you've helped me out in the fitness. Now I'm able to lift heavier, and I love it, man. It's something that everybody needs.
Yeah, it's so what I tell people is fitness. It's meditation, because you have to focus on your breathing. When you meditate, you focus on your breathing. So if you're breathing right, you can do your reps right. So that's what I tell people. So that mind muscle connection is very crucial. Think about it. You're only training for an hour, so give your body that attention, and it's gonna reward you even more. So go in there with focus and intent. And your body's gonna bless you, bro.
I remember the day that I first worked out with you, when you gave me that.
I remember you got baptized. You got.
Yeah, I'm gonna see how heavy this guy makes me go, and I'm like, let me see if because I like a coach that freaking pushes you, right? Yeah, it pushes you, but at the same time, it's telling you why you should be doing this and why you should be pushing. Yeah. So I'm like, I was testing you, man. I'm like, let me see what this. And you kept pushing me until I'm like, dude, bro, I ended up throwing up.
And that's a talent too, because obviously. I pushed you because you were testing me. Yeah. But one of my gifts, or my talents, I should say, is like I could read my clients, and I could give them just enough, you know, to the point where obviously I don't want them to pass out. But if they vomit, then that's fine. But I don't want them to pass out. So that's another skill you got to have as a trainer, because you don't want to give your clients half the work. You want to make sure they give it their all. So I think that's another skill in itself.
Absolutely.
And I want you to grow. I want you to be better. So I'm gonna push you every time a little bit more. So yeah, definitely.
How do you? So let's go back a little bit. Right before you even got into training, helping other people transform their physical, their life, their mental aspect, because it's all in it's emotional intelligence when it comes to fitness and mindset. You gotta really be selling yourself that you're worthy, and you gotta have to that next level, right? Pushing yourself, seeing a bigger picture for yourself. How did you get into the bodybuilding aspect? Because that's a whole different animal. Like, that's something that I want to do. Yeah. So and I know that it's all mental, because anybody could work out, but the eating and having that discipline is crucial.
So when I did that, I told myself I have to go into a different different.
Like, how do you
I have to get into a different animal. I have to become someone else, and that's exactly what I did for those 6 months. Like you literally sacrifice time with your family and friends because you want to get to a goal. So it's like you got to sacrifice something in order to get something out. So I really tapped into this other person that was always in me, but I never tapped into it.
What made you though? What made you go?
I think failures in the past, and just telling myself I need to get to a new level, and so it's a mixture of like failures in the past, wanting more, seeing someone else do something that, hey, I could do that too. So it's
who did you see that helped you demand more of yourself?
I had a good friend by the name of David Burrows. He's one of my good friends. When I first started training, he did his first show, the Classic Physique show.
Okay.
So when I saw him do it, in my mind, I'm like, I can never do that. But he was so cool and gracious and said, hey, you can get to this level. He was already training people, and so I looked up to him in that aspect of wanting to do the show. So again, you see somebody in your circle doing something, and you're like, hey, I could do that. So he took me to that place where it's like, you know what, I want to do that. So David Burrows, shout out to him. He has a clothing line called Muscle and Flow, and great dude. So when he did his show, that's what sparked that want in me. So definitely it was him. And just growing up seeing these bodybuilders, you got Arnold, you have Kai Green, and you see these people, and it's like they really want something and they got it. So I told myself, you got to tap into your greater self, and
I love that.
Put those distractions to the side. Like I said, for guys, main distraction is women, and obviously partying, all that. You got to put it to the side, and you also have you have to have a connection to a higher power, whether it's Allah, Buddha, or Jesus. You have to tap into something greater in order to keep you humble. So that really pushed me to stay focused. And
what did you learn about yourself throughout the process, throughout that journey?
That I could do it again. I could do it again, but the body has to rest, because when your body goes to that body fat percentage of 7%, that's tough, and you can't stay at that body fat percentage year round. Maybe for 3 months, 3 to 4 maximum, but your body needs to have fat. It's mandatory. So definitely, I'm doing another show later this year. I'm actually going from NPC to nationals. So I'm looking into doing the show in Florida or Vegas, hopefully November, December. Those are the dates that I'm going for. But I also push myself too, because it creates better discipline in me and a better example to my clients.
Right.
So that's another reason why I did that, because they're like, wow, if he can do that, then they shouldn't complain about me making them do an extra set.
Correct.
That's removing
facts.
Carbs.
Yeah.
Removing carbs, a little bit of carbs at night, things like that. So if I could do that, then don't.
It's like you're the walking billboard. Yeah, you're the walking billboard. It's like this is.
You think this is a lot? Well, I'm doing this. Yeah. That's the reason. Yeah. So.
And I know that when I'm working out with you, you emphasize on the importance of lifting correctly and not letting your ego get in the way, because you could potentially get injured. Could you touch on that? Why is that so important?
Because I got injured. That's another reason why I started training, because I was so excited to train at a gym that I was trying to deadlift 400 pounds, and then I only have like 6 months going to the gym, but my ego kicks in, and what happened was I wasn't using my core to do a deadlift, so my back was rounding. I had no coordination. The form was horrible, and I pulled my L5 disc, bulge disc, and I hurt my sciatica. So now when my clients tell me, hey, I feel this in my lower back, my knees hurt, I really pay attention to that, because I want to fix that situation or that injury in order to get to the next level. But I got injured, and that set me back like close to 10 months.
Wow.
So that's why I tell people form is everything, Ego lifting is
Did that play a mental game with you?
It messed me up. It messed me up. you hit a stage of like depression. Like you're like, man, I'm just this handicapped person. I'm walking with a limp.
I was doing all this for this.
Yes, and then the sciatic pain. I know there's people out there that can agree with me, but that pain is horrible because it shoots down from the lower, from your erector spinae, which is your lower back muscle, and it shoots down to your glute muscle, and it shoots down your thigh, down to your ankle, and it's like this little tingling sensation. And when you step, you just feel like shocks. So it's tough. But I tell people, if I could come from that, you can come from anything, because I went from getting injured lifting 315 pounds on my deadlift to going to coming back and deadlifting 600 pounds. So it's possible to make that comeback. You just got to do it the right way. Take your time.
How long ago was that you got injured?
Oh, man. I've been having this sciatica issue off and on for the past 4 years.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, but that comes to show you, if you have an injury, you can work around it. Right. Whether it's a shoulder injury, it's an elbow injury, knee injury, your body is still made to grow. It can still grow. You don't have to say, you know what, I can't work out anymore. This is my life. No, that's the worst thing you could do. You're just surrendering to the fact, like, the worst thing you can do in life is quit, whether it's for career purposes, thinking you got to stay at this job forever. It's like, no, you have the ability to become better and to heal yourself. So definitely I tell people to don't get discouraged when it comes to getting an injury or something like that. There's ways to work around. Let's say your shoulder hurts, train your core, train your legs, let that heal for like 3 to 4 weeks, come back to it, and you can definitely do some progress on strengthening that muscle again. So
that's huge.
Mindset is everything.
Absolutely, yeah. Your mind could go further than what your body can all the time, and that's one thing that I've been learning when lately that I've been doing the ice baths. Like your body wants to quit right away, man. As soon as you get inside that ice bath, like your body like wants to get out, but you start learning how to breathe, how to control your breathing.
And it's the breathing, right? That first inhale. And then once your toe goes in, yes, it burns, but then the whole foot goes in, and then you're like, you know what, this isn't so bad. And then next thing you know, you're 1 minute past, 2 minutes past, and then 3 minutes in the ice bath.
You're like, shit, man, I did this. What else can I do?
Those are very important stressors that the body needs. You got to put it into, you got to put your body into something that's really cold, and then dump it into something that's really hot. So that's when the sauna plays a big part. Yeah. Sauna is really good for you. About 15 minutes per week. Yeah. This is good. Cold plunges about 10 minutes per week. It's perfect. You could split it into 2 minutes on Monday, 2 minutes Wednesday, and then 3 minutes Friday, and it makes a big difference, especially to people who play sports. Yeah. Very athletic. As you can see, Mayweather does it. Kobe did it. It's great therapy for the body.
Yeah, and again, you feel at another level, because you're like, man, I just did this. I just got myself in the ice. I was able to withstand this. What else can you withstand?
Yeah, it makes you say, what else? I could handle anything, and that's the feeling you want to have towards anything in life. Like I was able to kill it in my interview. Yeah. I know what I could do now when I'm working for that company. Yeah. And that's the excitement we should all have, whether it's for your career, in fitness, relationships. Just because it didn't work out with someone, it's not. Right. It doesn't mean it's not going to work out with the next person. Yeah. Being hopeful is the way to go. Yeah. Faith and hope.
And the people, like I think you hit it earlier. You said something about your circle. Your circle was in the fitness space, and because you saw someone in your circle compete, you're like, shit, man, he's competing. I could probably do that.
And then, the workout program, we're doing the same thing. Yeah. I just have to fix my eating. So that's all it was. I was like, you know what? I'm doing these workouts. I'm able to sustain myself with this training, and like I said, that motivated me to say, you know what, just focus on your diet better, and that's what I did, and it brought me to doing 2 shows last year. I did a show in August. I won in my class C. I got first place, and then in my second show, 3 weeks later, I won again. I was this close to winning the overall. I got second place, but I was really close because these guys have been doing shows for like 5 years. I only trained for like 7 months, so that puts me now in this position where it's like, you know what, I'm gonna do even better in my third show. So in life, we gotta see it that way. I did good, but next time I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna do better.
Yeah, it's another level.
Yeah,
that's another level.
You gotta believe in yourself, because if you don't, then you're gonna be this person that doesn't. The what if group, like the what if I shoulda. You don't want to be that part of that crew.
And again, your circle is very important, man. And I see this like with my kids. Like I'm doing the cold plunges with my kids, and they're seeing it, they're implementing it. When they get out of the water, they feel fired up. I'm like, dude, I get fired up. I'm like, but it's by that circle. Who are you surrounding yourself with? Because if you're surrounding yourself with people that are just drinking, partying, you're gonna do that. But if you're surrounding yourself with people that are playing a big game, they're taking care of their health, you're gonna be more conscious about what you're doing, what you're putting inside your stomach.
It's contagious, and it's a good it's a good feeling to know like someone's pushing you into something greater. When you're around people that say, what, you want to do that? Why? You gotta stay away from those people. You gotta hang out. You gotta spend time with the people that say, you know what, I knew you could do that. You should have been doing that.
Yeah.
Those are the type of people you have to surround yourself with, because if not, you're gonna just be another regular person that's gonna be thinking, I could have done that, and you don't want to be that.
Yeah, what I'm seeing from you right now is that I love how you've reinvented yourself, right? You were in the music space.
Yeah.
You went into corporate world. You kept managing a clothing company.
Yeah.
And that was just for that moment. And then you got into the fitness. Now you're helping and inspiring other people to get to their fitness goals. That's always reinventing yourself. That's powerful, man, because a lot of people just get stuck in one place. Like a perfect example, like I'm not knocking 9 to 5, but another person, like I know myself, if I would have been in a 9 to 5, I know that environment sucks you up. Then a year goes by, time goes by like this. We're already in May? We're already in May. Time is flying. So you, by being coachable and being willing to reinvent yourself, like you're putting yourself in a whole nother position, which is huge, because now you could be a bigger contribution to other people. Yeah. And you're being a contribution to me because I'm learning, and now it's a ripple effect. Our team is benefiting from it. They're stepping up their game. Now we're having monthly workouts with you, and it's huge. Like after the workouts, people are like, dude, they get fired up. They're like, I love it. The next day they're like, oh, I'm so sorry, but I feel amazing. Like it's contagious.
There's nothing more rewarding to me than someone saying, wow, I didn't know I could do that, but now I know I could.
Yeah.
You know, just like the whole, people think a pull-up is like the hardest thing in the world, but there's levels to doing a pull-up, well, a body pull-up. So just follow the steps and you'll get there. And
you'll PR multiple times.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so it's that thing of knowing, you know what, there's steps to getting somewhere. And I've been blessed to now teach something that comes so natural to me, teach it to my clients, you know.
How did you develop that gift, or how did you find out that gift? Hey, man, I have a gift to helping people, explaining, being patient, because that takes patience.
Communication skills. So my degree came in handy. My bachelor's in communication studies with an emphasis in organizational management played a big role in that. Also, I like to tell people that as a kid, I used to stutter really bad. It comes out once in a while, but when I was a kid, I would stutter really bad, and I said, you know what, this has to stop. Luckily, I had a great speech therapist. She helped me. But when I was older, that's one of the reasons why I got my bachelor's in communication, because I wanted to conquer my fear of public speaking, sharing my thoughts out loud.
Yeah.
So with that, with conquering that fear, it got me here. So
nice. That's
what I tell people, like, and I think I can relate to people because I have problems. We all have problems, and one as a trainer, you have to be able to relate to someone's issue, problem, and then that brings them hope and say, you know what, okay, that's the route I have to take to overcome this. Then okay, I'm gonna do it, and then you just listen.
But I like that you don't sugarcoat it either. Like you tell it how it is. Not
I
how,
can't.
yeah.
I can't because it wasn't easy to get in this position. Obviously, being an entrepreneur, it's really hard. I'm my own boss. I have to. Luckily, I get the privilege to make my own schedule, things like that. But it's hard because you have to work extra hard because you're your employee and your boss.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that this is my brand, my baby, it makes me want to wake up in the morning and go hard because it belongs to me. I'm not working for somebody else.
Right.
So it makes it rewarding, and I just attack my morning. I'm up at 4 a.m. Going to the gym to train you.
I'm on my way all the way from Irvine to South.
Yeah, this guy, I commend him, and I want to work with people that meet me halfway because it makes the journey that much easier. Yeah. And you just started. Your strength gains have gone to the roof. You're gonna get stronger. You're gonna lean out, and then, like I said, I'm gonna see you up on stage because that's what you want.
That's what
you're
I
gonna
want,
get that. And with my experience, I'm gonna give it to you. So you're gonna get there. So that's what it's all about. Inspiring, and letting people know, hey, we're all human. We just need that extra push to get to our goals. So
definitely. I know that right now you have a couple things cooking up. I know that you're taking off next week. Can you touch a little bit on those projects that you got going?
Well, this weekend I'm heading to Austin, Texas
for a wedding, right? And then
for a wedding,
and then after that,
my cousin's getting married, so I'll be in Austin. The following week, I will be at a showcase. So I'm meeting different model agencies and acting agencies because I got picked up through this talent agency, and they're helping me out with my portfolio and as far as like doing my commercial pitch elevator. So I'm also doing some acting and some modeling. So
nice.
It's the things that kind of come natural to me, like performing. So I'm excited for these new projects that I'll be doing in the summer. So that week I'll be in San Diego, Friday till Sunday, and I have a great showcase. People from Guess, Calvin Klein, and Ralph Lauren are going to be there. So I'm excited to get a contract and do some modeling, and because of that money is going to go into other investments and big things that are happening in my life, as far as like my gym,
nice,
and giving back to my community. Doing these events, especially in the summertime. I like to get everyone involved, and then we go to the beach, do a beach workout, little cookout, and then we play some volleyball. So
nice.
I love seeing everyone united, doing something, constructive and positive to their bodies, and then getting some sun and eating good food, grilled food.
Grilled food, correct.
Not fried. So
So
man, that's what I got cooking up. I'm excited to partake in the entertainment industry as well. So it's just God's blessings, that are giving me that opportunities.
Absolutely.
So that's what's happening 2 weeks from now.
Blessings on blessings, right? So let me ask you this: like, when you were young, were you ever chubby? Were you ever fat? Like,
as a kid, my sister called me Shorty. I was short and skinny, with a big head.
Short?
I was short. I was short with a big head. They would call me Bart Simpson, bro. That's messed up. Cause my eyes are big head, little body.
And then you have curly ass hair.
I got curly hair. Well, it was funny because it was like kind of like I was a brownish color and kind of wavy. My hair got nappy when I was like 17, 18.
Oh shit!
I hit a late growth spurt. Like I didn't stretch till I was like 17 years old.
Okay.
So I was 5'2" until I was like 16 years old. Then I just stretched, and I was over 6.
Yeah, because you're what,
feet.
six what?
I would say 6'2" on a good day.
On a good
6'1",
day.
6'2".
Depending on the J's that you wear.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you have a collection of J's, man. How many?
Oh man, it's funny because growing up, I didn't like sneakers a lot. Well, I got the Nikes, but for some reason, the past 2 years, I just started collecting ones, the Jordan ones. Yeah. They're my favorite shoes.
Every time I see you at the gym, he's rocking different shoes. Like
I got the black and whites. You might see me with the blues. It just depends, though. I love sneakers now, so, and I gotta stay fresh, bro. I gotta stay fresh. And my appearance is my brand. So
Yeah.
I like to look good in order to feel good, like they say. So
That's right.
you're always fresh too, bro. I always see you with your fresh Go Heavy sweater. You know,
Yeah.
the kicks.
Gotta represent.
But yeah, see, so I think in life I want to mix fitness, music, and fashion in one. So I'm getting closer to my goal of having all those three things correlate together. So it's gonna happen. You know,
Right.
I'm just positive, and I know that.
But fitness is the vehicle. That
I
is
think
opening
fitness
all
is the
those
vehicle
doors,
because
right?
it kept me sober all these years. It's brought me money. I made great connections with people.
Yeah.
My clients are like my friends now,
Yeah.
and there's people that I've been training for a year and a half, and you know, it's just that connection with people. It's super important to have relationships and to motivate people, because if you don't have that, you're gonna become this egotistical person. You're out to get yourself, what you want, forget the next man. And that's something that I don't want to become. I don't want to feel like I got all this by myself. I got this because of the man upstairs, my family, my friends, support, and that's the way it is, you know.
So do you incorporate anything else aside from weightlifting? Like, do you do any boxing?
Yeah, I love.
or-
Well, prior to bodybuilding or working out, I didn't like lifting weights. In high school, I used to hate it because I thought those guys thought they were cool. They're
This
jocks.
guy's a beast. Like, let me tell you, like, this guy will be lifting like I don't know how many plates, man.
Yeah, so I didn't like lifting weights because I thought those guys were like cocky, and then I felt small because I was this short kid, and I'm like, I don't. But I was fast. So when I played football, I played Pop Warner, and then in high school I was cornerback. I was small, but then when I hit that growth spurt when I was 11th grade, I went from playing cornerback to linebacker. That's how drastic my body changed. So definitely, I tell people you have to tackle all aspects of fitness: nutrition, cardio, strength training.
What's your go-to
quickness.
for cardio?
My go-to is the Stairmaster, because every step you're stepping your body. Your legs are getting toned. You're burning fat, and then you're toning your core is getting stronger. Why? Because you're not holding on. So I do like just you gave me brain fog. So I like so Stairmaster. Lately, boxing has been my getaway, because for some reason I burn so much calories, so I don't have to do that much cardio. Because in one boxing session, I could burn 900 calories, bro.
Wow.
And you have
How long is that boxing session though?
It's for an hour.
Oh shit.
But the stuff that they put you through is just rapid, fast paced, a lot of core movements. When you use your core, when you work out, you just burn more fat. And then the movements, you're doing them standing up. So you're using your legs, you're using your core, you're using your back, everything. So
what I've learned from you, once you have your core like strong, like now you can lift even more, right?
Yes, and that's why I got injured, because my core was horrible, so my back was rounding. I just pulled my L5, you know, and it's horrible. So I tell people, oh, you have lower back problems? Train your core, you know, train your glutes. That's another thing why I'm good at training glutes, is because my doctor and certain coaches told me, hey, you gotta have strong glutes. So I kind of went full on, and now I host these peach clubs, and it's booty camp training. So a positive, a negative became a positive.
Absolutely.
So. But I tell people it's so important to train your core and your back, because think about it, the back is a base. So I love teaching people how to train their back, and the core protects your knees as well. So core strength protects your knees, and it also helps you from having that lower back pain that we all get.
Helped you a lot with
so
that.
Boxing. So the main three is Stairmaster, boxing, and swimming. Swimming, I'll probably do 500 yards once a week.
Okay.
The thing about me is just I kind of could burn calories fast, and I could gain them fast. So I don't know if you know about body types, but you have endomorph, you have a mesomorph, and an ectomorph. Endomorphs,
them down?
yeah. Endomorphs are the people that are kind of like short, stocky, and the carbs kind of inflate them. So you have to watch your carb.
That's me. Fuck.
So yeah, I would say you're an endomorph mixed with a mesomorph.
Okay.
I'm a mesomorph, which is slightly muscular, but then I'm also ectomorph, skinny, because my dad was skinny, so I'm like in the middle. So I'm a mesomorph, ectomorph. So I can't do too much cardio because then I'm gonna lean out too fast. My muscle goes away. So I have to really calculate the amount of cardio I do. Mm-hmm. But luckily for people who are endomorphs like yourself, you could do a lot of cardio, and it's gonna lean you out, but you're not gonna burn a lot of fat. I mean, a lot of muscle. So I have to watch the type of cardio I do, and it has to be no more than like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. If it's slow and if the intensity is slow, no more than 40 minutes. If it's fast paced like HIIT training, it'll have to be like 25 minutes, or else I'll just burn a lot of calories. So when you get into fitness, it's super important to focus on your cardio, just like you do in your strength training. Another thing that helps me come back with a purpose and to become productive is traveling. So I'll go to a country, talk to the people, learn about them, and then whatever positive qualities they have, I bring them back with me, and I share them to my people. Nice. That helps me stay grounded, helps me stay focused on the plan, which is, save your money, invest your money.
Right.
And then
what are some places that you've gone, Will, where it's like it has impacted you, stamped you?
I've had the privilege to go to Asia. I've been to the Philippines, Thailand, Japan, Taiwan. I've been to the Caribbean. I've been to Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico. I've been to Cuba, Central America. I've been to like Guatemala, El Salvador, and South America. I went to Colombia.
Nice.
So I've been to a few countries. And
what country has stood out the most?
Oh man, if Asian country, I would have to say Thailand, because that's the first time I left the continent, and it's just completely different. You just feel like the altitude is higher, complete different lifestyle, and the people are just happy. They just feel like they're just true. They're honest and humble. When it comes to my favorite Latin country, I would have to say Cuba, because Cuba, they don't have a lot of stuff. It's a communist country, but they're so happy with what they have, and they're smart, but they're humble. So those are the two countries that really have been impactful to me. And
Cuba, did Cuba allow you to appreciate more of what you have right here in the U.S.?
Yes, because other cars are like 1940, the model. They're all classic cars. They operate very slow. It helps you appreciate your little Ford Fusion that I have here. Yeah, it humbles you going to those countries, and then you just come back wanting more for yourself and for the people around you.
Yeah.
So I definitely tell people, get out at least once or twice in your lifetime.
Do you travel alone, or you go with a group of people?
I go with a group of people. I have a group of three other friends who we at least do one trip per year. Our last trip, which was last year, I believe, we went to Europe. We went to Amsterdam, and then from Amsterdam we went to Italy.
Oh, I saw those videos. Yeah.
Italy, and then from Italy we went to Ireland, bro. So in 10 days,
I saw you working out, hitting.
Yeah, bro. I have to represent. It doesn't matter where you're at. It's what you're doing. So
that's right.
Even though I'm out of the country, I can still train my body, feel right, break a sweat. You don't need that much to work out, and that's what I try to teach in my videos. Like, look, you don't need all this equipment to look this way or to break a sweat, to feel younger, stay youthful. Like, that's my mission.
I think one of the key things that you have said throughout this interview is you have to be intentional of what you're doing. Like, being intentional. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do, and why am I doing it? Having that in the forefront of your mind. So like that, you go from I have to place to actually I get to. There's a different come from.
Yeah, definitely. Right? Intention is everything, because it separates you from the days when you feel sluggish. You're like, oh, I gotta do this.
Yeah.
You gotta change that to I get to do this. Yeah. And so there's gonna be days when you're gonna feel excited to do that project or to work out. But then there's days where you're like, oh, I don't want to do it. But the fact that you have this goal in mind, your mind's gonna tell your body, just shut up and do it.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be happy
Facts.
afterwards.
Yeah.
You
Like
know, so
me, one of the biggest things that I don't, I didn't like working out my legs because I was born with a smaller leg, right?
yeah.
So that was always I always try to avoid it. And working out with you, like those are like want to work out legs. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's work out legs because I know this guy's gonna freaking push me and it's gonna get my leg to another level. And in the beginning when I'm doing the assault bike warming up, I'm like, fuck man, we're gonna do
You're
legs.
thinking about like, man, what's coming
like,
next?
This is what did I get into? I got an hour right here. Like I hope he gives me a light workout. Heck no,
I can't.
We go heavy.
We go heavy, baby.
Yeah.
So I tell all the guys that have approached me, say, hey, bro, I want you to, help me grow my chest, my arms. I go, no. You got to grow your legs, bro. If you want to be a part of my team, we train legs.
Yeah.
The foundation, the body's built from the ground up.
Yeah.
So we can train legs, and then from there, we'll touch up chest, back. Yeah. But stronger legs means a stronger upper body. Yeah. But guys don't sometimes see it that way.
Yeah.
The foundation starts from the bottom up. The more you train your legs, the more testosterone you build, the easier the upper body is going to be built. Yeah. So, but a lot of people, they don't know that. So it's my job to inform you, like, look, we got to train legs in order to grow, because if you're top heavy, it's going to affect your knees in the future, back pain. Yeah. So it's my job as a trainer to teach you what to train, how to train in the beginning. And then from there, once you're strong all around, we can focus on certain...
The rest actually becomes easier too. Like
exactly.
For me, it's becoming easier now because I'm like, dude, I'm working out my legs, and I actually look forward to it now. Like, all right, I tell
people when you start off your leg, when you start off your week training legs, the rest of the workouts are easy.
Easy, yeah.
So it's knocking off the hard stuff in the beginning, and then the rest of the stuff is just easy work. So that's
so I know you have personal training, right? You have one-on-one training, you have group training, you have
I also do online.
Yeah, you also do online.
I do online. I have a few clients. I have about 7 online clients.
So these are like for people that are out of state.
Out of state, yeah. People who have some people in Texas, I have some people on the East Coast, and I just help them out with the program to follow. They check in with me every 2 weeks. I check their numbers, make sure their reps are going up or the weight's going up, and they'll send me pictures, progress pictures, weigh-ins, things like that. And so it just we talk via online.
Got it.
And some people like it that way. Yeah. There's people that like that, and there's people that like in person. I also have a hybrid program, which is people see me once a week. People that like live in Santa Clarita. I have a client that lives in Montclair, and then one that lives in Santa Clarita. So they see me once a week. They'll train with me whatever they're trying to get better at, and then they just follow the program throughout the week, and it's about 5 different workouts. So I try to accommodate those people who want it.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
And we could definitely meet in the middle.
I remember before I was working out with you, I had another trainer that he would give me the meals, the workouts, but I wouldn't have that one-on-one coaching, like learning how to actually do the weights and do the reps, do the sets. And I think that's crucial if you want to get to that other level. Because once you learn it, now you're able to target those muscles correctly. So you have that. I know you have the Peach Body. That's for the females, right?
The Peach Club.
Peach Club.
Yeah.
So that's just for booty workouts, or what is it?
It's a booty camp, and we mainly focus on lower body. A lot of girls want to learn how to train their hamstrings and their glutes. Mm-hmm. And in order for the glutes to look nice and well-rounded and develop correctly, you have to train your hamstrings, because that plumps up the glutes. So I teach women how to do that, and then in the process, obviously, you're gonna use your quad. So it's a lower body boot camp. Been doing that for a couple of months, and I have some great people who my supporters that are there every week. I'm also doing something for the guys.
Yeah, man. I was just gonna ask you on that. Can you touch a little bit on that?
I'm just get the name out. It's the guys boot camp is.
You're not gonna give out the name yet?
Should I tell them? No, should I tell them? Should I hold it off? What do you think?
Nah, it's up to you, man.
It has to do with sitting in the table and making your move.
Your next 5 moves.
Your next 5 moves. I think the smart ones know what we're talking about. But I love to do something for the guys as well as the women. I want to have a boot camp for women and a boot camp for men, and just hold everyone accountable, because that's the only way we're gonna succeed in life, is just you helping the next person, because you might be good at something that the other person is weak at, so you help them, and then maybe they're strong at something, and they're gonna vice versa, and reciprocate that. So I think it's very important to have these weekly boot camps, because it keeps everyone aligned.
Correct.
And focus, because we could easily just, something in life happens and you're just like, oh, forget this, I don't want to do anything, and we just sit down, get ourselves more depressed. The more we move, the more we groove, meaning we stay young, we stay happy. So I tell people, you got to move in order to feel good, stay young.
You gotta move. Tony Robbins always talks about this. He's like, a body at rest tends to remain at rest, but a body in motion tends to remain in motion. Yeah. Where your focus goes, your energy is gonna flow. So if you're moving, your energy is gonna focus on moving, on active. If you're chilling, your energy is just gonna chill, and it's gonna get stagnant. It's not gonna go anywhere. You're actually gonna be worse, because now you gotta get out of that funk. Yeah. Now you gotta freaking push yourself even more. So
I tell people, most of my greatest like ideas come from me doing either like Stairmaster or swimming. Just the movement, it just sparks up my creativity, and it helps me create different workouts, different programs. So I tell people, if you're stuck on like being productive or like creative, go for a run. If you can't run currently, then go for a power walk, and I guarantee you that's gonna spark up new ideas or new sensations for you to want to be better. And but to just stay still, that's the worst thing. The only time you should stay still is when you're meditating and just focusing on your breathing. So I tell people that's another thing that's gonna help you generate ideas. Do you have enough focus to just sit still for 5 minutes? If I could do it, and I'm someone that has ADHD, ADD, if I could do it, you could do it. So my job is to tell you, if I was like this and now I'm here. So there's no excuse for you to be able to control your breathing and sit still for 5 to 10 minutes once a day, because that's going to help you focus on your other tasks. So that's another thing I preach. I think we talked about it before, but I like to practice the pyramid. Mind, body, spirit. You got to tap into every one of those areas in your life, because if you don't tap into one of those, you're going to be off in one. So let's say the spirit. I don't care if you're, like I said, Muslim, if you have a belief in something that's higher than you, but you have to believe in something that's better than you, greater than you, in order to remain humble and not feel like you're God. So, and then the body obviously is fitness, working out, eating right. That's how you take care of your body. And the mind is just your career. What are you putting yourself into? Like what are you reading? What are you watching? So when you have all those three elements intact, aligned, you're gonna grow. You're gonna become better. You're gonna go heavy, baby.
That's right. So if you were, let me ask you this, right? If you were to see younger Will, 17, 18-year-old Will,
that guy's wild,
right? What would you, knowing what you know now, your life experiences, the challenges, the obstacles that have presented, knowing what you know now, what would you tell that Will, and what would you tell him to do different?
I would have told him we should have been a little bit more patient. You should have just meditated a little bit more. You should have stayed at your friend's house and not drive behind the wheel. So I'm just there's a lot of things I want to tell my old self, but the main thing is just patience and to listen to those that were older to you. Because when you're that age, you're like, I know. You tell that to everything. You feel like you know it all, but you don't. So if I could tell young Will anything, is you should practice more patience. You should have listened more. So, but
interesting.
Again, I can't regret, because that's the destiny that God brought me. In order for me to be here. Yeah. And then that's where my name comes. People always ask me, "Oh, will of God." Will of God. How'd you come up with that? I'm like, because my life's been destined already. Yeah. I come from Him, so
I love that.
Will of God, and then it's whatever happens to my life is because of Him. So it's God's will. Yeah, God's will. It's catchy, bro. So and that's where the name comes from, bro. Because it's not me. Everything I got is from Him. Amen. And once I learned to realize that, I get blessed even more. Yeah. But
never forget the blesser.
Because my ego kicks in sometimes. Like, I did this, and then he's like, no, I got you there. So that keeps me focused, and he's able to give me more. But I'm telling you, bro, like this life, you can't live it by yourself. There has to be great people around you, great friends, people who want more. Pay attention to them, not the ones that tell you, "Hey, let's go here, let's go eat this," and you gotta stay away from the weekend warriors. Those people who just work 9 to 5 and they just say, "Hey, the weekend's here, let's go to happy hour." All this, you gotta stay away from those people because they're just stuck on just Monday to Friday and they're just looking for that quick fix. That Friday comes, and they just want to party. So you gotta stay away from those, bro.
You don't want to end your week.
I love that. That's the quote of the day. Yeah,
don't end your week.
And then what happens that Friday? You go out, you party. So Saturday you wake up, you're all crudo, and
you have a weekend.
And your weekends Friday at Saturday at 2 p.m. Like you don't want to do anything the rest of the day, and then Sunday comes, you just want to relax too. So the more you stay away from that type of life, the more productive you're gonna be, and the more you're gonna accomplish. So, yeah, bro. I mean, this life is it's not ours, it's His. You know, so we have to live it.
Absolutely, man. Any last words to our audience, and how can they reach you if they want to get coaching through you, if they want to come to your workout session?
Definitely, yeah. They can reach me via email. My email is WILLIES 57 at iCloud. Or Instagram. My Instagram is Will of God, no space, no numbers.
We're gonna put the names in the link.
Yeah, you can put the and like I said, for any questions when it comes to nutrition, a workout program that's gonna get you to the next level. You guys can definitely reach me through Instagram, and I'm not really much on Snapchat or anything like that, but just Facebook. Just look for me, Willie Svenblad, as well. And like I said, Instagram, Will of God, and we can definitely connect. I can help you out when it comes to fitness goals, nutrition. If you're just trying to lose a couple of pounds for a wedding, I can help you with that. If you want to build muscle, I can help you with that. If you want to become faster, stronger, I can get you there. So, Will of God, Instagram.
Well, there you have it, guys. Make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel, share this video with someone that is sure they're going to get a ton of value, changing their mindset, their belief, and buying in. Again, in this podcast, we saw the power of reinventing yourself all the time. Where you're at today is not where you're going to be 5 years from now. But if you stop and you don't implement and you don't work on yourself, you're going to get stuck there. However, if you start working on yourself 5 years from today, you're going to be a better version of yourself if you continue moving forward. So that's one thing that I'm seeing from Will. He's continuing reinventing himself and adding a ton of value in the process to other people. So make sure that you guys subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, share it. Click on that thumbs, like this video, and
like, comment, subscribe, and unleash
that power,
baby. Let's go.
Heavy. Tune into the next one. Take care, guys.
Let's go. Go heavy, baby.
Let's go.